Okay, your harness has been completed. So you got a Land Cruiser, 100 series Land Cruiser basically. So set up in automatic configuration, and also includes all of your transfer case actuator control. Okay, so yeah, running here from the front, you've got your EFI water temp sensor, you've got your water temp sensor for your instrument cluster. So this connector over here basically goes through to your client plug. Please excuse these two wires, they're just bridge wires. Your sensor is different to mine, so I can't plug your harness into my sensor. So they're just bridge wires, so the ECU can read the engine temperature. Okay. All of your injector connectors have been replaced. All of your coil connectors have not. These connectors never ever go bad. Okay. Running down here, we have added in this wire over here. This is for your airflow meter, because on the Land Cruiser this actually runs through the body harness. So that's been added in, and then it runs down and it goes to your alternator, which is this one over here, this 3-pin, and then it also goes over here to your right-hand O2 sensor. Okay, that's pretty much it on this side. On the back here, you have your right-hand earth strap. You've got another one over here on the left side, right over there. Okay, so those are the two earth straps that you just need to be aware of. Again, I've got a bridge cable coming out. Your harness, your sub harness will plug directly into this, so you've got nothing to worry about there. This is just a bridge harness because it's the only way we can connect it to our start stand. Okay, we're not going to put your sub harness on because we've got to strip the whole engine to be able to do that. But your sub harness will plug basically straight into that, and then you don't have to just plug in your two O2 or your two knock sensors and your starter solenoid, and that's it as far as that section goes. This red wire over here goes directly to your battery positive. That's the main power supply for the system. Okay, and then this branch coming out of here goes down to your left-hand O2 sensor. Make sure that both of those are plugged in. Very, very crucial for the system to know what's going on. Okay, then coming out of here, this is your main harness for your transmission. So you've got, as standard on the Land Cruiser, you've got those three break-off connectors. Okay, this one goes over through to your neutral safety switch, okay, and to your oil sensor. Okay, and then you've got a branch coming down here, goes to your input speed sensor, runs through the body of the transmission, goes to your solenoid valves over there, output speed sensor, okay, and then this 3-pin over here is for your vehicle speed sensor. I don't know if you're using a mechanical or whatever you're doing there, but you do have an electronic speed signal coming out. Okay, and then like I said earlier, all your transfer case control actuator and stuff. This side here, very much the same as the other side. Okay, so all of your injector connectors have been replaced. This is your VSV for your evap. Okay, if you do use it, great. If you don't, great. Either way, it doesn't matter. It will not show up with an error code that has been removed from the ECU, but does remain functional. Okay, and then running down here, you have your throttle position sensor and your clutch and whatnot for your throttle by wire. And then over here you've got a bridge coming over that goes to your accelerator position sensor. Okay, running down, you've got your front cam or your cam position sensor. Okay, it runs down, aircon compressor clutch, and it runs down to your crank sensor and your oil pressure switch. Okay, all of those relevant wires that you're going to need are going to come out of your client plug, which is down here. So this is the main harness going through your firewall. Okay, it runs down, and you've got a break off there, you've got a split. Okay, and then it goes to your fuse box. Inside your fuse box, you've got all the relevant fuses. You've got an engine light, you got your crank relay, you've got your fuel control relays, your EFI and main relays. Okay, and here's your lid. Everything is documented on the bottom of the fuse box lid for your reference. Running down here, you have your ECU. So I will still put on a tag, okay, with all the calibration data and whatnot that what we've done on the actual program on the ECU. Okay, you have this little unit over here. This is your control unit for your transfer case. So all of that's been wired in for you. Then you have these 4 plugs over here, 2 of which you do not need to worry about. That's going to be the 6-pin and the 4-pin. These 2 go into a patch harness. Okay. Actually, I lie. On yours, it's only the 4-pin that goes to a patch harness, and that there goes into a 4 or 5 foot cable with a OBD2 connector on the end of it. Let me get the end here for you. So there's an OBD2 connector that you can build into your dashboard for live data and all of that good stuff. You have this 10-pin connector here, which is your main client plug. So this is to do with the actual starting of the engine as well as your instrument cluster. So your ignition, your start, your fuel, your temperature gauge, rev counter, oil light, charge light, all of that there, as well as aircon compressor clutch. You'll find all of those into this 10-pin connector. This one over here is all to do with your transmission. Okay, so your park, reverse, neutral drive, all of your cruise control, all of that stuff, and then this 6-pin over here is to do with all of your transfer case actuator and display lights on the dashboard. So yeah, all of these pins that you're going to need on these 3 plugs are all in your client folder. Yeah, they're pretty self-explanatory. If you do need, a diagram or whatever for your cruise control, for example, just how to connect it, then let me know. But it's very straightforward. It's pretty self-explanatory on the client form. Okay, so yeah, let me put on the air intake pipe and connect up the airflow meter and whatnot, and then we will do a test run and a DTC scan. Air intake's been put on. Airflow meter, make sure that your airflow meter is facing backwards. If you've got it facing forward, she will not run. Okay, it's going to tell the computer that there's no air actually going into the motor, so therefore the computer will not apply any fuel. This tube over here is very important to be connected to your right-hand valve cover. This is all part of your ventilation, your crankcase ventilation. Okay, so this needs to be connected to that. If you're not using this pipe, make sure that this is connected between your airflow meter and your throttle body. Okay, the air going into this tube needs to be calculated by the airflow meter. Okay, and it gets sucked through from this side through this PCV valve. Okay, and then it goes into your throttle or into your plenum chamber. Okay, so this is where it gets sucked from. It ends up in the motor, so please just be sure that you do have that all connected properly. Let's give her a crank here. I'm going to switch on ignition, and she should start right up. Just got to build up a bit of fuel. Runs real good. I will switch on the ignition and do a DTC scan for you. There should be absolutely no, so let's just plug in a diagnostics tester over here. It's difficult to do with one hand. Hang on, got it the wrong way around. There you go. Okay, so we've got that plugged in. I'm going to do this from the computer side. You've already seen her actually physically running, so let's have a look here. We'll just do it this way, and let's just be sure that we are actually, it's a K line, wrong. There, we'll go ID, so this should give you all your identification as far as it's calibration ID and ECU part number or whatever. So there you go. There's your calibration ID. There's your ECU part number. And if we go DTCs, there should be none. There we go. There's no DTCs. We'll actually crank her up here. So we'll do the whole bill. As you can see there's absolutely no DTCs on the system. If you've got any questions or anything, give me a shout. But yeah, you should be all good. It should be, yeah. She runs great. She runs great.